Hello, welcome to High Vibes for You. My name is Michelle. In this video, I'm going to do your new moon manifestations due to the holidays and some unforeseen events that took place in my personal life. I am going to do this as a collective read versus doing it by element like I typically do. But I think that that would be okay just because I also did an additional moon video with the solar moon energy, and the solar moon happened to fall on the new moon for this month, so I think they kind of go hand in hand. But to give you more of a personalized reading, I actually have pulled two cards where you're going to pick a card at the end of the general reading for the collective, and that will be your intuitive pull, which will hopefully resonate with you and bring you more clarity and inspiration to the reading that I do now, which is what we're about to jump into. So the overall energy of this new moon is it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. What this is saying to me is that there have been some negative thoughts, there have been some negative people, negative habits, just overall negativity, as the card states here, surrounding our dreams, our passions, our visions, our goals, and they've been getting in the way of these manifestations taking place for us. So what this card means on a deeper level so if you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotional, intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. So attune to the moon, emote, it's all better out than in. And what that's telling me is to release all of these feelings regardless of how people around you feel about what it is that you need to get off of your chest. You're honoring your emotions and how you truly feel at a soul level. And that is important in order to manifest. And I think that with this new moon, through this past lunar cycle, especially with the added bonus of the solar eclipse that took place, things have been amplified. Our feelings that we desire have been amplified. What's really getting on our nerves lately has been amplified. We're really seeing people's true colors going into the new year. And it's like, wow, have you always been like this? Or am I just, you know what I mean? Or is this a recent change in you? But whatever the case may be, a lot of people are realizing that they're just not in sync with people that they once were. And they're holding them back from a greater potential. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be a job, even if it's not in a specific person, or this could be people on the job trying to keep you stagnant in the same situation or same position that you're in currently. Whatever the case may be, whatever this energy is speaking to you that is hindering you from being able to go out into the unknown, it's time to release that. If it's a fear, if it's worries about what's to come, let it go and just trust that everything is going to be positive. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. Exactly. Expect positive outcomes, because what you focus your attention on is the result that you're going to get. Now, what was attached to this at the bottom of the deck for the collective energy, we have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So you and your loved ones are safe. To me, this is speaking to your emotions, and it's using your intuition. This decision, this manifestation that you're trying to do, it's something that you feel intuitively is going to be a great move for you. It's going to be, you know, that added bonus in your life that's going to really help you change things. It's going into unknown territory because you can't, how to put it, you intuitively know it's going to be a good outcome, but you can't see it. It's just something that you're going off of, the decisions that you're making. And with this lining moon underneath, I feel like that's representing the eclipse that just took place. And it's like speaking to these feelings, these emotions that have been surfaced as a result of the energy. And it's letting you know that paying attention to how you feel, trusting your intuition when it comes to these decisions of what you need to release is actually going to be okay. It's actually the right decision that you need to make for you and your loved ones. You guys are safe in making this decision. So some of you guys are deciding to leave a long-term committed relationship and there are children involved. If that's the case, it's saying you're going to be just fine, you and your kids. And if some of you guys are thinking about walking away from a job to pursue your dreams or a new career opportunity, it's validating for you that you're going to be okay. If some of you guys are releasing worries and doubts about starting a new relationship with someone who's come into your life, it's letting you know that you and your loved ones are going to be okay, essentially. So with releasing negativity, just to circle back to that real quick, this could also be a completion to an ongoing battle or argument that you've been facing internally or involving other people, and it's finally coming to an end. And by you deciding to state your truth, state how you truly feel, it's letting you know, regardless if this person walks away or not, it's okay. And if they do walk away, you're releasing negativity, and you're okay by doing that. And then on the top of the deck, we have don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So this to me is saying that it's something to do where things are becoming illuminated. And I feel like this is with your heart chakra here. There's some truth that you've needed to release. I feel like it's time to release negativity. Your crown chakra has been activated and has been pumped with knowledge from the divine, from your angels, your guides, whatever you want to reference to. And so this wisdom here coming in has awakened you to some truths, emotional truths of how you feel about certain situations, thoughts, actions, things of that nature, regardless of relationships within yourself, people around you, the feelings that you have for the better of your children, like as far as decisions that you want to make or actions taking towards them, however you want to look at that. But with this card coming up, I feel like with all this green here and the black dissipating or disseminating away from it, it's like you're coming into your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is being cleared of blockages that may have been blocked for a long time due to this inability to release negativity or even be aware of the negative energy around you. And so as a result, now you're being called like, hey, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let no fear or worry hold you back from this new beginning, this fresh start. You know, we have your back. This is a new change in direction. You're connecting the dots now, if you will. Go forward with this. Trust your intuition. So that's what I'm getting with the Moonology deck intuitively. And then look at the card right underneath that was at the bottom of the deck. We have confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. And look, same thing. Being confident in speaking your truths. The blue here is speaking to the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. Wait, 1, 2. Listen, it's the blue chakra, okay? It's your throat chakra. Don't quote me on it. But anyways, the correlation to this is that by you trusting in your intuition, honoring your emotions, it's bringing you this confidence that's going to illuminate these pathways that need to be created, that's going to have you feeling good about the decisions that you're making. And then look at what's right underneath that. The moon comes out. It is a gibbous moon. However, it's almost a full moon here. And it's saying you're very close to achieving your goals. And the sky is illuminated. And it's almost like a bluish green color, speaking to the South Node blended with this new moon in Cancer. So we are going to dive into this collective reading and see what's going on here. So what have I released? We have the 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands is the lack of making a decision of going forward with this. It's releasing the negative thoughts surrounding this new discovered self, if you will. And when I say new discovered self, it's the new ideas, it's the new self-love, it's the new outlook on the world, and realizing that the universe is vast with opportunities, and you are just as worthy as anybody else of obtaining them and achieving your goals and your dreams. And around here is the Sun card. It's like you're releasing this fear, the worry, the doubt, any negative energy, and you're stepping into your confidence and knowing that it's your birthright to go for what you truly desire. And so this is choosing and discovering that, you know, yes, I'm going to go through with this. My happiness is something that is obtainable. So what you're releasing is the doubt, the worry, the negative energy around you. And again, that could be relationships, working environments, or limiting beliefs. So when we look at where am I now, we have the Hangman. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. You are looking at things from a spiritual standpoint, but then also from the logical standpoint of, okay, this is why this happened. I see the greater meaning behind this. Okay, but now I need to be real and I need to let some things go. Now that I understand the cycles that I've been repeating, or now that I understand the behavior that's been toxic imposed upon me, whether it be imposed by yourself or people around you. And this could also be behaviors as well. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not participating in these activities anymore. I'm not participating with these people anymore. I'm keeping to myself, and I'm operating on a different frequency. And this is evident with these little orbs around her in both pictures. And when you look at the numbers in this card, we have 10 and then we have 2. So this is a new beginning based off of your decisions that you've discovered to go and decided to go through with. So when we look at what is emerging within you, it's this Daughter of Swords. This is this new way of communicating. This is a new beginning, a fresh start. It's out of your territory, which is why it's a daughter, which is equivalent to a page in the typical tarot deck, excuse me. But this is saying that your angels, your guides, they're with you. You're going through with this. This is also saying that with this sword being up like this, you know, you're getting into that Queen of Sword energy. You're still new at this. You're still filling out everything, you know, with your intuition and these new emotions, this newfound sense of self. But you're learning as you go, and your guides are sending you synchronicities and signs of like, no, you need to swing that sword now, or no, you could just hold it and just wait, you know, just watch and see what happens. But either way, this is you utilizing this new way of thinking and going forward with it. So what do you wish to grow with this new moon manifestation? It's the Ace of Wands. This is new passions. This is divine opportunities handed to you. This is just everything coming into fruition. It's illumination. It's a fresh new start. It's a brand new beginning for some of you guys. But either way, this is a brand new way of you operating with these new strong emotions, this new confidence in place here, you going for your happiness. And I feel like that is the main thing that you're wishing to grow, is your happiness, is your confidence, is this passionate energy to be able to feel motivated to get it done and believe that it will manifest into fruition with the Ace of Wands there. So then when we look at how you can bring your goals and intentions into fruition, we have the Five of Cups here. So the Five of Cups being here is definitely going back to, it's time to release negative energy to me. This is because I feel like with the Three of Cups here, this is some things that didn't work out. This could be emotional investments that you've had in people or relationships. This could be emotional investments that you've had in goals for yourself, whether it be health goals, whether it be goals that you wanted to complete towards a dream, like starting a business or creating just a new way of living for yourself. And maybe every time you start these new lifestyle habits, something happens to get in the way of it and you feel like you failed at it. But then for others of you, I do feel this strong sense of personal relationships that were no longer serving you, that were just not giving you the same in return as what you were providing to them. And as a result, behind you, these Two of Cups that are left, you're pouring those into you. When I see these Two of Cups with the 5 here, I think of the 7 of Cups is what comes to mind. And it's like focusing on your dreams, your aspirations, understanding the confusion within that, and releasing the cups that has the toxic energy, releasing the cups that are no longer serving you. And so with this card, 2 cards additionally popped out. And so we have the Sun card and the High Priestess. And again, the Sun card and, the High Priestess is speaking to you following your intuition. It's you trusting in God's plan, or your spirit guides, your angels, the universe, whatever you identify with, is seeing the duality in this, speaking to the Hangman. And here's that 2 again being prevalent in this card. So to me, for a lot of you guys, these are some painful endings and realizations that you had to come to in order to be able to fully manifest efficiently this new change, this new happiness that you want. Because if you look here on the Sun card, there's these angels, there's these birds that she's holding here, but then here's these little glimpses of sparks, like they're illuminated, and it's harvest next to it. And these are like symbols of messages, downloads that you're receiving from the divine as far as how to bring this in efficiently so it can sustain itself. So when I look at the bottom of the deck here for the tarot, we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is speaking to coming out of a place of lack, essentially, is what is being manifested with this new moon. Whether it be, and it's lack in the physical. It's feeling stuck or left out in the cold. Maybe you felt like people around you were progressing further than you were. Maybe you were tired of the environment that you were in. You felt like it was stale, as the negativity card it spoke to. But it wasn't fruitful. It wasn't producing enough for you to live off of. Whether this be a job not paying you enough, this be a partnership where you're not receiving enough in return as to what you're giving them emotionally, physically, mentally even. There is some type of lack that you are getting away from with this new moon manifestation. So now what I wanted to give you was some insight as to what is being gained in this new moon manifestation. And we have flexibility, and then we have leadership. So this is you understanding, taking the higher perspective on things, knowing that, you know what, things don't have to just be towards my expectation. I understand that my manifestation is coming, but it may not be in the same shape or form as I want it in. This is speaking to me that you are being called to be strong, you're confident, you're courageous, but you know that you're going to have to bend a little bit. Maybe it's going to require you to take more patience. Maybe it's also going to require you to step up in more places than where you have been. Maybe this 5 of Cups was so painful because you had to be the one to end it. Taking that leadership, trusting this intuitive knowledge that you're getting. With the star being there, it's like the true North Star, following your soul's guidance, your higher conscious. Either way, it's taking leadership over your life. And again, with the stars and the world here, I feel like this is you understanding that the universe is so vast with opportunity that there's no reason why you can't have it or be out there making it happen for yourself as well. So now we're going to take a look at these 2 cards really quick. The first one being flexibility. The symbolism of the bamboo runs deep, whereas many larger seeming trees will break in high winds. Bamboo simply bends and sways. Its flexibility allows it to survive and even thrive while other species suffer. Even during hard winter, when its branches are laden with snow, bamboo doesn't break. It snaps back when the snow melts in the spring. It also has a strong root system, so that even during the great storms, it survives. Additionally, it's often a symbol of abundance because of its rapid growth. Its upward, verdant, consistent growth is used as a metaphor for the fulfilling rise of prosperity. This is exactly what you're coming into. The meaning of this card is rich and varied. It cautions you to be flexible in your life. Be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. This card suggests being amenable to change. It's also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity, as it suggests that if you are flexible, prosperity can and will come your way in all areas. Additionally, it suggests that a time of rapid growth is ahead. Don't resist it. The time is right for this surge of spiritual growth to occur. And this is exactly what we were just talking about. And so now we take a look at leadership. North Star. Wow, I had no idea. Okay. In Western culture, we wish upon a star because the stars represent all that is illuminating and enchanting. They symbolize aspiration, illumination, inspiration, imagination, and wonder. Native people used the stars to find their way in the night. The North Star was often used as a kind of compass to make sure one was going in the right direction. The North Star symbolizes direction and guidance. It is a guiding light for those who can't find their way. It's one of those brightest stars in the constellation. Just as the North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take your leadership role. You're a teacher, a steward, a guardian, a healer, a true leader. Own these gifts. Come into the light. Don't hold back. Let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you have been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines brighter. So definitely coming into your power and taking leadership, being flexible, not breaking, you know what I'm saying, being over flexible to where you're extending yourself too much, but just enough to where you are able to snap back. And that's what is beautiful. In doing so, you're stepping into this leadership role. And as a result, you're thriving. You're going to be thriving. And you've got security coming here. Like, this is beautiful. This is speaking to stability and you really shining and being vibrant in your light. So that's awesome. And then the things that need to be released to bring in this manifestation, we have limiting beliefs. You gotta speak your truth. It's like the darkness and the shadows. It's like you're trying to come out of this and become completely consumed with your truth and be illuminated, but other things around you may be hindering you from being able to do that fully. This could be negative thoughts. This could be people imposing these thoughts on you, saying, oh, well, you can't do this. You should be focused on this, and you don't need to be doing that. There's no growth in that. There's no opportunity for you in that. But it's like, no, like this is divine wisdom. This is something that was embedded in your soul when you were put here. And this is a truth. Where did that card go? That Cancer card spoke to this with, where is it? You and your loved ones are safe. And look at the white light in that with the blue and the white in here. And then the darkness in this card is speaking to the unknown. Is speaking to that trusting in what you can't see, so to speak. Like, by you relieving yourself of these limiting beliefs, they won't be able to impose on your branches, on your thoughts, on your dreams. So step away from this negative energy. Sometimes we really have to remove ourselves away from people, even family. Okay? Listen, I know about it firsthand. Trust me. I get it completely. It happens. But anywho, self-love. This is something that you are not doing enough of. You're not nourishing the seed that is planted inside of you. This is a key to happiness. And by you just taking the time every day to nourish this seed, it'll grow. It could take roots. And I feel like it's a new seed that's coming in here. But you got to simplify some things because you're not giving enough time, enough thought, enough emotional energy to yourself to do this. You're being pulled here. You're focused on this here. You're feeding into the energy there. It's just a lot of doubts and negativity that is around, that is blocking this self-love to be able to flourish and come through with the clarity that you need to be able to believe in yourself and believe in what it is that you're doing and fully trust your intuition on that level. So by releasing these limiting beliefs, having more time to use self-love and simplifying your life as far as people around you and some of the obligations that you're placing on yourself, you're definitely going to be thriving. Look at the correlation of these cards, the colors. It's just that simple. I know it may, well, okay. It's really that simple. It may be harder to do, but you have to trust, ultimately. You have to see things from a higher perspective. And usually from a higher perspective, it's not just like taking the higher road. It's also looking at the bigger picture. When you're up at a higher level, you can see more of the ground. You can see more space, more land to cover and things like that. So it's like when you're just stuck looking at the base level of things, you don't you're like, well, how is this going to happen? Well, what am I going to do without this person? Or how am I going to make ends meet now? Or it's, you know what I mean? It's so many questions that come into that. Well, how am I really going to obtain this goal? I'm starting from scratch. You know what I mean? Whether it be needing to build customers, whether it's the funding, whether it's just a new lifestyle in general. You just need to go for it and trust that it's attainable. At the bottom of the deck, it's believing yourself. This is something that you need to start doing. Look at this. Believing your truths. Your heart chakra. Open that up. Like, honor these truths. Honor how you truly desire to live your life. What you see for yourself. What you want for yourself. Because you deserve it. You weren't put here to just live below your means and settle and be like, oh, well, this is what I got. I got to stick with it. It's too late to make a change. Why? You still got breath in your lungs. Why not change it? If you can't, like, dog, listen. You better go for it. And simplifying things, oh my goodness, the correlation. I'm not going to keep pulling these cards. Okay, listen. By you believing in yourself and releasing some of the things that are around you, simplifying things, with the purple here, it's paying attention to your third chakra and your crown chakra. What's not in the vision that you see, that you want, that you're desiring. Listen to that divine guidance, that wisdom from your higher self, your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, that you're getting as far as what you need to cut out. That's like killing your tree. By you doing that, you gain new insight. It's no longer sick. It's now thriving with the truths that are inside of you. Your heart chakra is open so things can grow. You have self-love here, and you simplify things. As a result, mystical things can take place. What does that mean? That means that you can manifest. That means that auspicious opportunities can present themselves. That means that miraculous miracles can manifest in front of you. Things that you like, that's like, how did you get that? How did this happen? Just a month ago you were here, and now you're like on top of the world. That's that type of energy. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? So definitely do that. Take the inspired action and trust that there's nothing but blessings to come from it. And continue to dream. Focus on your dream. And release any negative emotions that you have and any limiting beliefs. Look at, you got support. Your angels, your spirit guides, they got you. Break the pattern. Oh my goodness. I did not intend to pull all those cards, but friend, please take my advice. So that's what I got for the collective message. Now, I have gone ahead and pulled a total of 6 cards, but they're 2 cards apiece as I'm going to read them. And you pick pile 1, 2, or 3 here. And we'll go ahead and jump into the cards. How is this my slow meditation music? He's so cussing. Sorry about that. All right, so now that you've got your card chosen, pile number 1, the first card for you, a seed must die before it can be reborn. Dogs, where'd it go? Self-love, self-love. You had to kill the way you thought you were self-loving yourself because it wasn't right, honey, it wasn't right. So a seed must die before it can be reborn. Now is the time to let go of all that has grown stale. A seed must first fall from its place of safety before it can receive what it truly needs. I didn't even notice this, but look at the hole right here. Like, it's like this seed emerged and is like, or it got uprooted or something. I don't know. It's like this seed came out and then got put at a higher level or something. And it's like being nurtured and nourished with all this golden energy around it. Like, God, that's definitely on point. So instead of planting your seed in other people, it's time to put that seed back into yourself. Maybe this was saying that that's what you were doing. Like, I didn't think about it like that. With the glitter that's going out, it's like you're pouring all this energy outward, but it's like doing that, it was causing this hole inside of you, like something's missing, this isn't working for me, this sense of lack. Exactly. Oh my gosh. And then the Two of Swords at the bottom, knowing that something needed to end, trusting your intuition with this though, because she can't see the decision that she's making. And by you choosing to end this tower, letting this tower moment happen, things are moving into your favor. And now you're in the King of Cups energy, which is the God of Cups in this deck, but full of self-love, full of emotion. And what does that lead to? You taking this leap of faith. Why? Because you've gone inward and you've gotten the wisdom that you need, the direction. Your third eye is open. You're trusting these visions, these dreams. You've transformed. Dog, listen, okay? So the only approval I need is my own. That says it all right there. When I see the 6 here, this took me back to the 6 of Cups. And it was like, your inner child, focusing on the dreams and desires that you had when you were a kid, or either getting that dreaming ability and imagination back that you had when you were a kid. Because when you think about it, when a child dreams, I love this analogy. It's like, you can't tell them they're not about to be a basketball player. You can't tell them they're not about to be a doctor. They're not going to have millions of dollars, all these different businesses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But then as we get older, and we pay too much attention to our circumstances and other people's failures, and listening to the fears of other people and limiting beliefs that society tries to impose upon us, like, that's when it's like, oh, well, maybe, no. So pile number 1, definitely figure out what it is that you need to release. Come out of your comfort zone, and you only need your approval to do so. So believe in that. Pile number 2, you are the storm. You hold within you more power than you know. Learn how to be one with the storm in love. For you, my darling, are a force to be reckoned with. So know that you are powerful within yourself. You have the power to make things happen. You don't need to come across in this aggression. It doesn't need to be a battle, so to speak. You can come forth in a more loving way. And once you do that, it's like you amplify your power times 1,000, because when you operate on a place of love, and that's all you're pouring out, that's all you're going to receive. So when someone comes at you from a negative energy or a place that's not of that, it's almost as if you don't even have to fight the battle. The universe will step in, because karmically it takes care of itself. So there are infinite resources available to me. Exactly. Realizing that you are powerful. You're controlling this storm. So it can either be a continuous storm, or it could be a storm that's in your benefit, where you're shaking some things up and you're coming at people like, look, I'm not going to tolerate you doing bare minimum anymore. I need this, this, and this from you going forward, because I know I'm capable of doing this, this, and this on my own. So if you want to be a part of this, you're going to help me. And then it's like, just putting your foot down ultimately is really what I'm getting from this pile, and tapping into those resources that are available to you. And I feel like a lot of the resources are coming from within, realizing that you don't need to go outside of yourself to get a lot of the things you think you need. But then this is also you owning your power, stepping into leadership, and making people step into their role that they're trying to fulfill in your life. Like, hey, you want to be here, you want to fill this position, well, I'm going to need your resources to start coming in, because it's a little stale, it's a little stagnant. Like, And if not, I'm going to cause a storm and end the relationship. So pile number 3, we have, wherever you go, there I will be. Know that you do not have to go at it alone. There are those who are made to walk with you. Reach out to them today. And they're all illuminated with this third eye chakra here. When I see an elephant, this elephant is strong. This elephant can help you defend yourself. Like, listen, life is a balancing act of holding on and letting go. This is, to me, definitely speaking to you paying attention to some people that you need to release, and not really paying attention to the people that have always been there, or people that are available to you now, and understanding that they're there for a reason. There are some people that, you know, you need to continue to have a relationship with, but then there are some people that are just negative and hindering your growth. So with 2 + 7, that's 9. That's speaking to a completion. And I feel like some relationships have come to a completion, but you're afraid to let them go because you're afraid of being lonely, whether this be friendships, whether this be a relationship, or whether this be you maybe so much not even releasing a relationship, but releasing a environment or lifestyle, feeling like, you know, you're going to fail at it if you do that, or being afraid to branch outside of your comfort zone for that very reason. But what this is saying to me is that you've got support along this journey. You just need to pay attention to who's really around you in their actions, and pay attention to the awareness within each one on a conscious level. And that'll help you going forward, making that decision of what you need to let go. All in all, though, this is a beautiful reading. I think that everyone is coming into this power and getting ready to thrive because they've come into a sense of self, what they truly believe, and they're taking leadership over their life and trusting their intuition. And they're not looking back. There may be some painful endings, but ultimately the pain will go away, and you know it's going to bring you a more fulfilling life. So that's what I got for everybody. I hope that it resonated with you and helped you. If it did, let me know in the let me know by hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing, hitting the bell when you do, so you'll be notified when I upload more content. And until the next video, I'm sending you lots of love, peace, clarity, and abundance and overflow. And yeah, continue to vibe high. Bye.